Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, I am at Cannon Beach in Oregon, and Cannon Beach is where the famous Haystack Rock is. And I've got the DJI Air 3. We're gonna put the drone up. It's pretty crowded on the beach here, so we're gonna head straight out over the ocean, so we're out there a ways. But we're gonna kind of get you a look. Now, as you can see, the weather's probably not the greatest. We had more sun earlier, so this isn't perfect, but you take what you can get. I'm gonna turn the camera around here so you can kind of probably see Haystack Rock off in the distance out there. Let's quit messing around. Let's get this drone in the air and let's fly out there. Okie dokie, we're all set here, so we're gonna take off. We're going to shoot in 4K 60 frames per second. Let's do an auto takeoff on the app.
Takeoff.
There's the drone. Okay, I'm going to take a quick look at the safety menu before we take off. Clicking on those three dots, we're in bypass mode, normal. I had the return to home height set really high where I was at previously. We don't need it that high. I'm going to go back down to about 35 meters. The drone is not asking for any calibrations, so we're good to go. I'm going to start recording now. And again, we're shooting in 4K 60 frames per second. I see a clear spot here. There's a lot of people on the beach, but there's a clear spot out here over the ocean that we can do our droney. So Sarah is my spotter today. She's helping me spot, but reversing up now, reverse and up. And we don't have to go up very high. We can just kind of reverse, and you get a good look at the surf here. And I'm gonna just kind of go sideways here. We'll keep backing it out. And again, this is Cannon Beach. I'm grabbing a little more altitude. That spot right there, I'm going to move in a little bit. That is, if I can pronounce it right, Tolosma State Park or State Recreation Area. We're not going to get any closer than that, but that parking lot is full. So this is where everybody comes down to get on the beach. And again, we're staying out here kind of over the surf so that we're definitely not flying over the top of anybody. And you can see it is not ideal sun-wise. We got a fair amount of clouds, etc. But the highlight, or one of the highlights of Cannon Beach is Haystack Rock. And in fact, often, this is fairly high tide right now. Often the tide is low enough that you can walk out to the rock. Now, the rock itself is it's like a state wildlife conservation area. I checked; it's okay to fly drones to it. What they ask is that you not, of course, harass wildlife. In other words, we're not going to go down low and fly over the top of birds or whatever it is. But you can see by the water there that in low tide, you could definitely walk out there. So we'll do kind of an orbit around it here as we get closer. But Haystack Rock is kind of world famous on Cannon Beach. So Cannon Beach is so named because of a very early U.S. military vessel, and I had the names and everything written down on a piece of paper, but of course I forgot to bring it with me. But it wrecked, and in the 1800s, I hope I have that right. So don't you can look it up on Wikipedia. But they found a cannon on the beach from that ship, hence the name Cannon Beach. And they still find them once in a while. As early as 2008, they found 2 more cannons in the surf here at Cannon Beach from that wreck in the 1800s. But that is Haystack Rock. We'll, in just a second here, we'll fly over the top of it and we'll drop that camera down a little bit so you can get a better look. And we'll kind of do a, we'll get a straight down shot on it. But that is a great view right there, and you can see the little city of Cannon Beach in the background. I'm sure those are some spendy houses right on the beach. And of course, this is extremely popular with tourists, us included. And there was we struggled to find a place to park when we came down here. But you can see all the flora and fauna, and there's marine life down there, and of course lots of birds, so that's what they're trying to protect. We are at nearly max legal height, but we're gonna just go over the top here, and what I'd kind of like to do is do a straight up shot, but yeah, and you can see those birds taking off there. Look at all those birds on top. We're not going to go any higher than what we are right now. Let's back away here and pick up that camera as we go. Yeah, that's a pretty good shot. Yeah, and it tells me I reached max altitude, so I was going higher there, higher than I thought I was. Okay, kind of get you the big picture here. And let's drop down. We don't need to be that high now. And of course, there's several other rocks here. And by the way, these are basalt formations, so it's you know, volcanic rock that the surrounding material got worn away. So I don't know how many millions of years ago, but I'm quite sure it was a long time ago. We're still at 78% battery, so we're in great shape. Let's start bringing this guy back towards us here, and we can fly over the top of maybe even do an orbit over this guy right here. Again, I'm not going to get too close to these because they are we don't want to bother any wildlife or anything, so we're going to keep our distance. But this is the kind of stuff that I live for, flying drones, is to be able to do these kind of sequences. This is awesome. Let's see if we can get over the top of this rock here, and I can probably do a little better top-down shot on this guy. And you see how white it is? I mean, it's covered with bird droppings. Okay, we're looking straight down at that rock, and we're going to do a spin up and reveal. So we're going to turn, gain altitude, and pick up the camera as we go, and we'll see if we can get a good reveal of the beach here off of that rock. And there we reached max altitude, and there is the beach. So let's come on back and let's drop some altitude here as we go, and bring the drone back towards us. I have direct line of sight on the drone. I'm staring right at it, staring right at the rock, yeah, let's bring it in closer here. Boy, I got a little closer to the water there than I wanted. I was, again, I was paying attention. I was looking out and not paying attention, and I was dropping altitude more than I wanted to there. Hey, I'm going to spin around here and show you something else that I forgot about, and that is Tillamook Lighthouse off in the distance, Terrible Tilly. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it. on the camera. I can, if you look just to the right of, or the left, excuse me, of that rock, you should be able to see it out there. Let's I'm going to crop in on the zoom and see if you can see it. Yeah, I'm struggling to see it on the FPV feed. Okay, I'm going to grab some altitude here. Yeah, I'm struggling to see it on the FPV feed. Okay, I'm going to stop recording. I'm going to switch to the 3x tele camera. And we're going to start recording again. There it is. Okay, I had it behind the rock. So you see, I'm going to put it right in the center of screen here. That is the Tillamook Lighthouse. And I just I recorded another video where I flew out there. Let's zoom in. Again, we're cropping in on the sensor. So there's 9x zoom cropped in. And that's Terrible Tilly, the Tillamook Lighthouse out there. So let's get back to that 3x tele. And you know what? While we're at it, we might as well do another orbit around this rock, I think, with the telephoto zoom. And we'll look and see how what that does to the, if we get some telephoto compression on the background. Of course, now we're just out looking at the ocean, but I don't know. It gives us a closer look at the rock here, so that's interesting. And then as we get back in, you'll see the beach come into view here. Dropping the camera down a little bit. And getting in a little closer. I wanted to make sure with the 3x telephoto that I wasn't backed into Haystack Rock or something. I had a little, I'm not going to say a moment of panic, but I was wondering, okay, am I doing the right thing here or not, you know? So there, picking up the camera, there we're getting some of that telephoto compression here. I'm going to back up, we'll get a better shot. Let's back the drone up. And there is the rock, and it really brings in the background. Okay, I'm going to stop recording again and switch back to the 1x camera. Look at that, that's how far we were. Start recording again, and let's bring this guy home. So now you kind of know the history, a little bit of the history of Cannon Beach. I just think it was interesting that, hey, it was named after cannons, right? We'll drop the camera down as we fly over the rock here. And pick it back up as we go. And maybe we'll get into the beach here, and we'll kind of do a sideways flight back home along the beach. So you can kind of see all the goings on here. It's like I said, it's fairly high tide right now, or probably medium. But I do know that you can walk out to Haystack Rock in low tide. I've never done it, but I've talked to people that have. Drop that camera down just a little bit so you can see what's going on. But that's the little town of Cannon Beach right there. And there's people out surfing here, and of course sunbathing, and I don't know what hotel that is, but it looks like they got a good view. And we've seen some fishermen fishing just off the surf here too, so that's probably something that my friend Captain Ray would be doing if he was here. So we'll just keep bringing this guy towards us and just giving you a look at Cannon Beach and the mountains right behind. the coastal range. There's the parking lot. That's where we parked our car. And we're almost back. Let's bring this guy back to us here. Dropping the camera down. Let's drop some altitude. And you know, I think the tide is coming in a little bit, I think. There we are right there. Let's just hit return to home and see what happens. What the heck? See if it does that dynamic return to home, and it did. So it's not going to raise any altitude. It's at 17 meters. Let's see. You know, I don't know if I gave it a good look at the landing pad. We'll see how close it gets here. But it's coming straight down. I'll hit that pause if it looks like it's going to miss the pad, and it's not quite. So I hit the pause. I'm going to move it over and back it up here a little bit till we get over the pad, because we don't want to get a bunch of sand on it. We're going to get that guy. In fact, I'm going to put it in cine mode. We're going to get straight over the pad and a little bit more towards the center and straight down on that left stick. Put it in landing mode. You'll see it pick the camera up. Landing. And there we are on the pad. Okay, let me get everything shut down and we'll do a quick conclusion. Hey, okay, that was kind of a quick flight, and you know, the conditions weren't ideal. I would have liked to have had a sunnier day, but I've always wanted to fly Cannon Beach here. It's in Class G airspace, and get a look at Haystack Rock there. So we did some maneuvers there, got some reveals, kind of showed you some things. Really fairly crowded on the beach, as you would expect in the summertime. This is a Saturday when we're putting up this video, but in any case, I hope you enjoyed that. The DJI Air 3, perfect drone for this kind of a shot. I mean, it just did everything we needed. Got to use the telephoto a little bit, but in any case, I guess that's about it. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out, and if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Most of all, I so appreciate you taking the time to look at this video. And of course, we'll see you on the next one. The DJI Air 3, an amazing piece of technology that was perfect for this flight today. See you guys later. Bye now.